So first of all, thank you. This, as Fran says, it's the largest conference we've certainly hosted, but we're now also the largest testing conference. We are proud to be focused only on testing, which is why we have the best minds attending here. I want to thank especially people that have come from a long ways away. We have people, partners and customers and prospects that have come all the way from New Zealand, Australia, all the way from the US, and of course, a lot of people from within Europe as well. For the first time, we are also doing a live streaming, so I want to virtually welcome people that are listening in on the live stream. We have hundreds of people signed up for that. So very exciting. I'm going to spend just about 15, 20 minutes, I've been told. That's all they gave me. To give you a sense of our vision, our strategy, and a little bit about how we are doing as a company. You're here because you like Tricentis, or you are about to make a decision, and I want to give you a sense of that. So, later in the day, you'll hear about digital transformation. That's the latest buzzword, but it is real. I think what's happening in every company is threatened by new players, and every company out there all around the world is trying to transform themselves. The term people use is digital transformation. Now, what does that mean? To put it very simply, you'll get much smarter views from the CIOs and from Todd, but a very simplistic view on that is that companies realize that they need to innovate faster. They need to innovate faster, and they need to get to market. They need to innovate more, and they need to get to market fast. From an IT perspective, that translates into DevOps. That's where people said, okay, well, how are we going to innovate faster and innovate more and innovate faster, and that's where the term DevOps came out from. Funnily enough, DevOps, the term, has no testing in it. What does that mean? We get rid of testing? If you don't care about your job, you can get rid of testing. Or the CIO that doesn't care about their job can get rid of testing. In reality, DevOps, the term, was coined by a tester because Patrick Dubois is his name, he realized that the only way we are going to get things going faster is if we get dev, test, and ops together. He forgot about himself and he called it DevOps. But testing is fundamental to the DevOps journey, and we'll hear more about it. That's why our focus is on DevOps. Now, when you think about it, don't just believe me. You guys have lived it in your companies, but here's a survey. The number one constraint, a number one issue people have when you ask them is testing. It's not developing faster. Of course you need to develop faster. People are adopting Agile. Of course you have to have APM to have real-time feedback from your systems. But the biggest detriment at a large enterprise, or the biggest roadblock at a large enterprise, is testing. And that is where you have an opportunity to step up and be part of the organization, your respective enterprises, and unblock this 49% issue. That's what we are all about. That's what we are focused on. Now, we'll hear more about how to do continuous testing through all the sessions and all the booths, but let me tell you two things you should not do. One is you got to get rid of manual testing. If you are still doing manual testing, you will never get to DevOps, you will never get to transform the business. We're getting ready to do driverless cars, and software is still being tested manually. Completely asinine. There will be manual testing, but it should be only for usability testing, user acceptance testing, exploratory testing, things that only humans can do, where humans can add value. Doing manual testing for known scenarios is a waste of human effort. So, remember this, no manual testing. Now, people might say, okay, well, we'll automate. Most companies, most tools, open source tools, all the companies out there that have tools all have script-based tools. And if those would have worked, anyone who has written scripts knows how pathetic they are. They break all the time. If you try to automate with scripts, you will fail. You will fail not because you cannot automate, but you cannot keep pace with the pace of change, if you may. And DevOps is all about pace of change. When a bank, a real customer of ours, has a payment system that takes 8 months to release, the release cycle is 8 months. Manual testing ain't going to make that 1 month, and nor is, they've tried script-based automation and have failed. And when we are talking about digital transformation, we are talking about a transformation. That doesn't mean you go from 9 months release cycles on this example to 8 months. No one is going to thank you for that, because that bank wants to get to a weekly release cycle. A weekly release cycle, that's their goal. It'll take them a while, as we all know, but that's the goal. That's what they feel they need. And that's why I say, keep these in mind. These two are the killers. This is what is going to kill DevOps at every enterprise. And this group here, since we are all testing-focused people, we are the ones who can address that 49% by getting rid of this. And of course, our product can help. So, for some of you who have been here with us on these Accelerate events for a while, our vision hasn't changed. Some of the terms have changed, right? When we started 4 years ago, DevOps wasn't even a term. But our vision has always been to be maniacally focused on testing and to be the leader. And the key word there is the leader, because in technology there aren't 10 leaders. There is only one leader. And that's what our vision is. That's what all our effort is geared towards that. Now let me talk a little bit about our competition. The number one company out there, or in market share, used to be HP. I'm familiar with them. I helped bring them into, I helped bring Mercury into HP. It was great technology, but it's 20-year-old technology now. For that matter, HP quit the business, sold it to Micro Focus. And one of the CIOs was telling me, he put it the best, Micro Focus is like hospice for software. That's where software goes to die, a nice, smooth death. So, a lot of you will have a lot of HP software, HP testing software. It used to be a great product. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought it for HP. It's not right for today. It's not right for today. The other company that we hear a lot about is CA. One, they don't have it much in testing products, but their PDFs are pretty good. Check them out. Just black out the name, and then you can share that PDFs with others. But the product ain't there. For that matter, their PDFs sometimes are copies of ours, as my marketing head told me. And there's only two people that have to deal with CA software, right? Either you inherit it and you can't get rid of it, or you're about to retire and you don't care about your future. No one else would go by CA. I know it's brutal, but it's the truth. Maybe we should do a poll. Do we have Twitter polls here? All right. That's our vision. That's what we are focused on. That's all we do. That's all we think about. That's a singular focus we have. So let me tell you a little bit about how we're doing as a company. Well, before that, let me talk about, we believe, and I think it's validated by a lot of external independent constituents, like analysts and things like that we have the most innovative product in the market. But like I said earlier, innovation alone doesn't do it. You need a transformative product. If you go with a new tool that gives you a 10% improvement, you'll take that payment release cycle, payment app release cycle from 9 months to 8 months. No one's going to thank you for that. You need a transformation to go from 9 months to a week. And therefore, you need a transformative product. That's what we deliver. You need to increase your speed 2, 3, 4x. We have customers that have gone from 3-month release cycles to a 1-month release cycle. They do daily builds. They do weekly builds. Their release is not yet at a daily, weekly basis. Some of them don't want it, that much change. But that's the pace at which they're doing things. So we deliver that kind of quantum improvement. Now, if you're dealing with that much of change, you can't pray your way out of it. You really have to understand the application, the risk profile of the various test cases and the various functions, and really be smart about what is it that you're testing. If you're testing every day, or if you're releasing every week. And therefore, without risk-based testing, you will not get there. Because if you take any serious enterprise app, it has thousands of test cases you need to test. If you don't know exactly which ones are the most impactful test cases, you cannot do that. And intuitive works half the time. Otherwise, I would have been a very rich man by now. I would have picked some stocks and I got them right less than half the time. Now, we do all of this, and the budgets are not increasing. For that matter, if you go back to the first slide, the business is looking for more innovation. They want to direct more of their spend to the innovation side of things. Testing, QA, costs the company 30 to 40, sometimes 50% of your budget. And that is criminal. And it is not in our interest to hold on to that. We need to release that budget so that the company, our enterprise, our customers can drive those cost savings into innovation, because that's how the enterprise is going to survive. And that's what we deliver. So when I talk about a 10x improvement that we deliver a quantum improvement. And that's what your enterprises are looking for from you. From the QA department, from the partners who are here, your customers are not looking for 10% improvement. They're looking for thought leadership, they're looking for quantum improvement. Because without that, their survival is at risk. Big event last year. Some of you must have heard of this. For us, it was a big event. We got an external investor to come in and they invested $165 million into us. And a lot of people called me up saying, what the hell do you want to do with that much money? I said, well, we'll have a better party after Accelerate. And I promise it'll be even better next year. But seriously, if you want to be the leader in software, you have to be the global leader. It takes a lot of money to invest, to keep up, to be at the leading edge, and to create a delivery network all through the world because our customers are all through the world. We have one of our customers, a large oil company. They're one of the largest oil companies. I won't tell you who it is. They're everywhere in the world. And we need to be able to support them. Most global banks operate 50-plus countries. The complexity is there. So we took this money in partly to have better parties, which we are planning and trying. But more seriously, it is to continue to invest in innovation, continue to expand globally, invest in customer success, and do acquisitions when we find some really, really cool technologies that are complementary to us. Because we want to create the platform that is the best platform that allows you to deliver the benefits that I was talking about. And for you to deliver the transformation that your enterprises are expecting from you. We've done pretty well over the years. We've always been focused on large enterprises. We like complex problems. The simple ones, sure, use Selenium and pretty up your website. That's great. When you have real enterprise applications with legacy technology in there, modern technology in there, A application is a composite application that touches 10 subsystems. That's where the real challenge is. And that's who we focus on. So we have over 500 customers worldwide. Many of them have standardized on us completely, globally. We're still kicking HP one step at a time out. But almost all of these customers had HP, CA, and everything else that's been ever invented. And most of them use open source, which we love because we can integrate it, so that's not a problem either. But this is a pretty impressive list. There is almost any application scenario you can think about, we have tackled it. Some of the most complex scenarios, whether it's SAP for a real complex global deployment, to a core banking system for a bank, for a global bank, we have dealt with every complexity you can imagine. And that's, when I meet with customers, I challenge them not to give me the simple problem. There are many solutions to simple problems. The true transformation is when you start handling the difficult problems. If you're transforming your business with digital transformation, it's the back end, it's the complexity of the business that needs to be dealt with, and that's what we can solve. So this is a great list. We continue to focus on customers like this, and we try to keep every single customer happy, which is why customer success is important to us. I'll talk some more about it. On innovation, let me give you, you'll hear from Geared on all the things we are doing and from Wolfgang on where we are going and where we are investing. But just to give you some numbers, we have doubled our R&D team. By the end of Jan, we expect it to triple. We're now supporting more than 125 platforms. Most enterprise applications, I don't think of any application that we do not support out there. And of course, all the kind of common technologies. Plus, we are innovating as fast as possible. You'll see a lot of things in the booths. Take the time to go through it. Really cool stuff. Redefining testing the old way, if you may. You might have also heard that we did a very interesting, as you know, traditionally we've been focused on the functional side of things, and that is where there's a lot of complex problems. But as more things go online and people are accessing things online, load testing becomes just as important, because you could be functionally working. If it doesn't stand up to your load, you've failed again. So we acquired a company called Flood, and what we plan to deliver, and you should go and see the demo, it's mind-blowing. Seamlessly go from functional testing to load testing so that you can truly do continuous testing, end to end. Very exciting, very cool stuff. We spent the first half of the day with partners. Partners are fundamental to our success. We are a product company. We are not a testing services company. We don't claim to have deep domain expertise in specific verticals. We want to make the best platform that can solve problems in every vertical, but our partners are the ones that partner with us to deliver the benefits we talked about. And we have many who have sponsored the event. We work with many more, and we are investing a lot of effort in enabling them so that the ecosystem is there to really deal with those 500 customers. We expect it to become 1,000 soon. So we take our partners very seriously, and we are doing very, very well with it. We work with most of the major partners. We also work with a lot of regional partners who have specific domain expertise that they bring to bear, and we enable all of them. So how are we doing? This is a number I am particularly proud of. Forget the revenue. Franz talked about it. We are growing high double digit. Last year we grew 88%. We expect to do the same this year. Our investors expect us to grow 100%. It's never enough for the investors. But with this is the certifications. We've invested a lot in enabling. You can have a great product, and if no one knows how to use it, it's useless. So we invested a lot in certifications, and we were at 4,000 or 5,000 a couple of years ago. We are now at 30,000. The goal for this year was 25. We made 30,000 by the end of September. We are hoping to get to 40,000. Why is this important? This is important because unless people know how to use the product, people know how to use it to transform the business, the product's useless. And we are very proud of this, and we're going to continue to invest in this. Plus, we believe we are thought leaders, and sometimes the QA teams that are used to doing it a certain way need to be convinced of a new way of doing it. Sometimes they like to learn from other organizations that have successfully done it. So we do almost a webinar a week in every geo. And we've had 48,000 people attend the webinar. Now, if they all just opened up their check and bought the product, France would be very happy. But the point of the webinars is not to sell the product. The point of the webinar is to share a new way of doing things and share the transformation. We also do massive online training for our practitioners. We take specific feature areas and do massive online training. We have had 22,000, and we continue to do that. And our community, not just us, but our community is building up the knowledge base. So most questions people have get answered online. We have a state-of-the-art support system that captures all the knowledge, and I would encourage you to please continue to share the knowledge for the rest of the community, because that's what gets the broader ecosystem going. Okay, all that sounds pretty good, right? Well, Gartner and Forrester both acknowledge us as the leader. They're laggard indicators of whether you've reached leadership, right? It's the customers that have adopted us and have been able to realize the benefit that then tell the analysts, that's the company, that's cool. Then they write out the report which says they're the leader. But we appreciate that. We appreciate that because it suggests to other customers that we've been vetted. We are real. We are not, if you're here, you know we are real. But sometimes if you're sitting somewhere remote, you don't know that. And we are beginning to get a lot of awards. Very proud of that because the team works really hard, and when we get recognized, it's a good thing. We try to showcase our customers, showcase the case studies, and that's what most of these awards are all about. Like IT Central Station, this is a peer review platform, so it's all of you making your comments that puts us right there on the top. Again, an indication of things kind of building momentum and going along the way. So, let me spend 2 minutes on. People ask me, what is the biggest challenge you have as a CEO? And I say the biggest challenge I think about is not the product. Wolfgang and the product team kick ass. We're already the best product. The biggest challenge is the culture at the company to enable this kind of growth. If you have this kind of growth and your customers don't succeed, you have failed, or you will soon fail. So we take that very seriously. That's why it's number one. But the rest of the company, we focus on innovation, we focus on trust, we try to build an organization where the communication is open, because that's what leads to creative ideas, that's what leads to agility. We need to be agile as a product company as well. And we try to have fun, we're working hard, we try to have fun, that's what togetherness means. HR suggested that's a better word. If we put fun, people might think we just drink a beer every day. So we said togetherness. But we take these values very seriously. And We take them seriously because it's important for the health of the company, and it is important for our customers. Because if we don't focus, everyone in the company knows customer success is the number one value. And customer deployments are never easy, there's always complexity. But if we have the right attitude, the attitude to make a customer successful no matter what, problems get solved, and that's what that's all about. And if we fail on any of these values in your interactions with the company, I would like to hear about it. So, to net it out, maybe you should make stickers of this. Would you like stickers of this? Yeah? Put it up on your computer. Show it to your boss. We'll maybe put stickers of this and make it available. But that's what's going to make you fail. You step out, you've got what is going to make you successful. That's all I had. Thank you.